Hi again, this is Celeste from Finger Play Studio, and this is part of my Learn to Crochet for the Very Beginner series. In this video, we are working on our bunny, little origami bunny, where we've crocheted using single crochet a square. And first I want to show you how to know when you're finished, how to know when you're square. It's really easy. Obviously you could measure it with a measuring tape, but I like to take my square or my work that I'm working on and I just fold from the one corner up to the opposite corner, and if it is lining up so that it looks like a triangle, then you know you're square. If it's not, if it's lining up sort of like this, then you know you need to work a few more rows. So here I am, I'm at the end. I have my square. I have my last stitch or my last loop that was on the hook. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my yarn. I like to leave 5 to 7 inches for a tail. So I'm gonna cut that. And then I'm simply going to either I can open up that loop pretty big, and I can either use the hook or my fingers, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna pull it through. We're gonna make a very simple knot. And that's it, your crochet piece is finished. Now, to do the bunny, I'm gonna use a different color yarn just so that you can see what I'm doing. But if I was making this bunny for myself, I probably would want to use the same color yarn. That way you wouldn't see the seams. So I have my yarn in the end. I'm going to grab my tapestry needle, which is just any needle that has a really big eye, because you want to be able to fit your yarn through it. And I'm going to put that yarn through the eye by, here's a little tip, I drape it over the needle and then I give it a good pinch and I pull it out the narrow side and then push that up through the eye. I haven't cut this yarn yet. I'm not going to. I'm going to make a little bit of a tail there. And then I'm going to come about halfway, and I can find that halfway mark by folding my piece in half and then just sort of eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to just make some big stitches all the way across. There's nothing exact here. You just need to get it through. I'm actually weaving it. So I'm finding that's going to be pretty easy. All the way to the end. Flatten this out. And then I'm going to come up in a triangle, sort of. I'm going to come up diagonally to about the middle and then back down. So again, I'm just going to weave it in and out. It's just like really big, loose stitches as I'm heading towards the middle of the top. There we go. And then I'm going to come down. I'm going to pull it through. I don't like it looping over the end there. And work my way over to the side where I started. Okay, so it looks like that. I am going to go ahead and cut that. Some dull scissors. There we have that. And now I'm going to get my fluff ready. I'll put a little bit in the middle. And I'm going to pull on my tail here. Just one of them. And it's starting to curl up. Pull on the other. Pull and pull. And as I start to stuff it, pull those tails tight. And here are my ears forming. The cotton yarn is nice and stiff, but there's my head, and there are my ears, and you can shape them more as you go. And pull that nice and tight. And then I'll take my tapestry needle again. And I'm going to thread it again. And I'm going to sew up these sides. Now again, you'll be using the same color, so you can just kind of whip stitch it, which is where you just go up and continue on down. You won't see it when you're using the same color. You want to do it kind of tight so you don't get big holes. All the way to the end. And then I'll stuff this part more. You can stuff it pretty tight. Put a lot in there. I'm sort of out of yarn, but that's okay. I'm going to use this tail. Do the same thing. And I'm going to sew up the bottom. I can even just take my ends and push them in, so they won't be seen. Get a little more fluff. And I'm going to whip stitch up the bottom of my bunny. Yeah, it looks good when I am using the same color. I'm going to get to the end. I'm going to make a simple knot just by looping through that last bit. And all I'm going to do is push that in. I don't need to even cut it. Push it inside and pull my needle out the other way. There it is. It's going to hang out for a minute. I'm going to tighten up my head, maybe give it a little more stuffing by pulling really tight on it. I think it needs more stuffing. He's got kind of a flat face. push that out there. That looks better. Get my tapestry needle again. Take that other end. This is from, whoops, shredded it. This is from when we did that little triangle part of stitching. And I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna sort of crisscross to the front. And then to the other side of the back, so I separate these ears. Here's a little fluff. And here I'm gonna go all the way across here. There's no exact science. You just do it so it looks good. I'm gonna make a simple knot. You won't see these when you're doing the same color. And then I'm gonna shove it through here. Now, here's my bunny. This tail here from the ear, we're gonna hide that by doing what's called weaving in. Thread the tapestry needle. I'm just gonna come inside the stitches here. Just work my way down and maybe over a little bit. And then I'm gonna cut that off. I don't even need to knot it. It'll start to work its way in. And we're gonna cut off our other ends where we pushed the needle through the bunny. And they will hide. And there's your little bunny. And then if you want, you can make a pom-pom or use a pom-pom that you already have and put a little tail on it. You could give it a face if you want to. But there's your first crochet project.